Okay. Hello. It is Helen and Harley with you today. What are we talking about today, Harley? We're talking about how do you change when your brain is wired to not let you change. This is what we're talking about today, isn't it, Harley? Yeah. So, we'll see how Harley goes. He's getting bigger, and so he's playing up, and he's being a little bit more naughty than he... Hey, Leslie, how are you? Great to see you on live. And Leslie knows all too well what you've been up to this morning, because we've been on a call and Harley's been chewing boxes and paper. Hey, Tina, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. Oops, just got to get rid of an alert there. So for those of you that are with me live, please say hello. Tell me where you're coming in from if you are catching the replay. Just put the word replay down below so I can say hello to you afterwards. And I am here to talk to you about how do we change. So there's often times in our lives that we do really want to change. We want big changes. Sometimes it might be from traditional employment into our own business, building a business online, with our health, with our relationships, getting out of relationships, getting into relationships, all sorts of different things. So it's really hard to make change because your brain is wired to stop you from change. So this is what I'm going to talk about today. Hello, Rob. How are you? Rob's saying hello to you, Harley. Say hello. Yes, Tina, I do have Harley, only just Tina, because he's been a very naughty boy this morning. Chewing cords from my computer while I've been on a call, chewing my paper, my ream of paper, the corner of the paper. So I can't use that ream of paper. But he's pretty chilled at the moment, so hopefully he stays that way. I just have to juggle him and my notes. I'm not sure how much longer it's going to last with little Harley being on my lives with me. Hey, Kaylee. Is it Kaylee? Is that how you pronounce it? What a beautiful name. That's spelled awesome. Kayleigh. Kaylee. Welcome. So if you've not been on a live with me before, just put the number 1 down below so I can give you a special shout out. But predominantly what I do is help home-based business owners bring their business online. So I teach social media strategies, social media branding. How do you brand yourself online? How do you find leads online? Facebook Lives, all the wonderful skills that you need to bring your business online. But I do also talk about personal development, mindset once a week, which happens to be today. The reason why I talk about that is it really is 80, if not 90% of the success of your business is, what you're thinking, what's going through your mind, how you structure your day, whether you care about, too much what everybody, is thinking, that kind of thing. So our own mind, our own beliefs, how we live our lives is so important. I missed who it was because it's already disappeared on my feed, but somebody asked, was it you, Tina, how old Harley is now? He's probably 4 months, just gone 4 months, I think. He's still pretty small, although he's looking a lot bigger than when I first had him in my arms. But he's actually a really small breed. Much smaller than our previous Puggalia, so I'm not sure if he's going to get much bigger. But he is growing, Rob. When we went to Vegas and we got back and picked him up from the kennel that he was staying at, it was like, oh, how much did you feed him? He was so much bigger, while we were away in Vegas. But anyway, let's get back to topic. So the really interesting thing about our brain is that it doesn't necessarily work in our favor. It actually stops us from change a lot of the times because to affect change, it often means getting uncomfortable. So if you're going to change job, leave your job, move house, change career, change relationships, get into a relationship, leave a relationship, start a new business, talk to new people, explore new things, go on an online business, all of those kind of things. Hello, Bree. Great to see you on live. And Miko is about 2, Tina. Oh, okay, so a bit older than Harley. So all those things, they make us feel uncomfortable. It's a bit scary to change jobs. It's a bit scary to start a new business. It's a bit scary to get into a new relationship or leave a relationship, you know, all those kind of things. So when we feel fear, when we're scared, and when we feel uncomfortable, our brain goes, not going there. Not going there. My job in my world, in my little brain here, is to protect Helen. So if anything makes Helen feel uncomfortable, if Helen's feeling fear, you know, we're just going to stop whatever it's happening, and we're not going to let her go forward with that, because my job is to keep her safe. So our brain does that for us. So bless our little brains for doing that. But anybody see a big problem with that? If you can see a big problem with that, put the number 2 down below. Or just put the word problem. There is a huge problem with that. Because unless we push through fear, and unless we, overcome things and push through things that scare us, you'll never get to the other side. Who really likes exercising? I mean, I do enjoy exercising, I will admit that, and I guess that's why I teach pump. Yeah, Leslie, it's a problem. Yeah, thank you, Peter, for your feedback. Hey, Peter, how are you? Good to see you on live. There's things that we need to do that make us feel uncomfortable. So let's, just a basic example. Sorry, I got an alert there. Somebody that does want to lose weight, you know that you have to get hot and sweaty. Maybe you have to go to a gym, or you have to get on. It's winter here in Australia. So, do I really want to get out there in the cold and go for a walk? No, it's uncomfortable. I'd rather be sitting on my couch in front of the fire with a warm blanket. But if I want to lose weight and keep fit and stuff like that, I've got to do things that are uncomfortable. I've got to do things that I don't want to do sometimes to get to the goal. That's just the way life works. If you want to start a new business, or go on an online business, network marketing, it's full of uncomfortable. It's full of fear. But unless we overcome it and push through it, we're not going to have any success. So if we sit back and go, well, that's uncomfortable, I don't like it, and letting our brain take over, you'll never get there. So it is really difficult to affect change, because your brain's job is to keep you from being uncomfortable, keep you from being, fearful and unhappy and scared and whatever. So your brain is actually going to stop you from doing any of those things. So point being, and the point of this live is, how the hell do we change when our brain's primary job is actually to stop us from doing all those things? So I want to give you some tips today to help you through that. So good to hear that you're well, Peter. Awesome. Hey, Julie, how are you? Awesome to see you on live. So let me give you, and I got some notes here. I'm trying to juggle the dog. He's very placid now, which is good. He's actually getting heavier. Oh, what are you doing now? No, don't jiggle. You were doing good before. So I'm just going to check my notes to make sure I don't miss anything. So I'm going to give you 5 hacks and strategies that can actually transform your life if you put them into practice and you actually concentrate on them, because just knowing that fact that your brain will actually stop you from being fearful, uncomfortable, etc., it's going to be really hard to affect some changes in your life, because when you think about it too much, your brain's just not going to let you go there. So we need a few hacks to actually, hack through the brain, like do the cause and effect before the brain actually has too much time to think about it. So the number one thing is to learn to beat your brain. What do I mean by that? So this is the key one. Number 1 is the key one. You got to learn to beat your brain. So 1, you need to understand it. And this is why I like to raise the level of awareness with who's listening to this live. And if you think that other people can benefit from hearing this information, please share it out. Because people don't realize, they say, it's too hard, or I can't change. I am the way I am. No, your brain is just keeping you the way you are because it's doing its job and it's keeping you safe. But you don't have to accept that. If you want more out of life and you do want to change, you do want different things in your life, you want a different job, you want a different career, you want more freedom, a different relationship, more money, better health, those kind of things, you have to affect the change. But to affect change, you've got to get uncomfortable. You're going to step into fear. And if you think about it too long and you stay in that moment too long, your brain's going to go, no, that's uncomfortable. I'm stepping away from that. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to let Helen get uncomfortable. My job is to protect her. So you've got to beat your brain. You've got to be very consciously aware that your brain is there to keep you safe and it's going to stop you from doing things that are uncomfortable. So you've got to move anyway, even though your brain is telling you not to. How many times, particularly with an online business, network marketing business, you're going, oh, I'd love to talk to them, or I should prospect these people today or tomorrow or whatever. I should get online and do a Facebook Live. Oh, no, I don't look right. What am I going to talk about? Oh, I haven't done my research, so I'm just going to sound like an idiot, so I'll do it tomorrow. And another day goes by and another day goes by. That's your brain giving you your head full of excuses because you're uncomfortable. And so when we do that and we let the brain take over, nothing's going to happen. So number one is to beat your brain, to know, okay, my brain's job is actually to protect me. I know that. I just have to do it. I just have to do it. This is where you come back to, if you're aware of it, Mel Robbins' 5-second rule. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it anyway. Yes, it's uncomfortable. Yes, it's fearful. No, I don't really want to. Or that's scary. I don't want to go there. That's scary. What are they going to think? What are they going to say? Am I saying the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? All those things go through your mind. That's your brain just doing its job in trying to protect you. It's trying to talk you out of it because that's what its job is to do. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, do it anyway. So you've got to beat your brain. You've got to take the action. You've got to trust your instinct. Your instincts will tell you things like, I need to talk to this person. I just need to do this. It's scary. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I'm capable. I don't know if I'm successful enough to go online. You know, whatever it is, your brain is going to go there with all the excuses under the sun. And if you listen to that and give in to that and you don't beat your brain, you will never progress. And it's going to be really hard for you to get the results that you're looking for because you're letting your brain win. So you've got to trust your inner wisdom. Your inner wisdom is things like, you've really got to talk to that person, no matter how scary it is. You've really got to leave your job, no matter how scary that is. You've really got to leave that relationship or get into that relationship, no matter how scary that is. So the things that scare you the most, trust your inner wisdom about whether you should and you shouldn't. And just go with it, even though your brain, you know your brain's going to talk you out of it because it's uncomfortable. But allow yourself to get uncomfortable and overcome it and just do it. So beat the brain, number one, is the key one. You got to do things that make you feel uncomfortable. You've got to fight through the fear. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we're doing it anyway. That's what will help you change. Unless you get the guts to beat your brain, be very aware of, you know, how it thinks and what it's stopping you to do, it's going to be hard for you to push through the fear. Okay, so that was number one. Hey Sabine, how are you? Lovely to see you on live. Thanks for saying hello to Harley. Number two, Tina, looks cold over there with the trees behind blowing in the wind. It is cold. It's winter here. I've got the fire going. We've got a beautiful wood fire out in the lounge and that just goes 24/7. We're lucky enough to have a farm only sort of 15 k's out that we can get wood at our disposal because I don't know about you guys when you go through winter, if you've got a wood fire, if you have to buy wood, it can actually really be quite expensive, but we're lucky we've got a farm not far away. We can get as much wood as we like. So the fires go on 24/7, but it is cold here. So number two, boundaries with your mobile phone. How many of you are glued to your mobile phone? How many of you, tell me, say yes, be honest. How many of you feel like your left leg, right leg, whatever it is cut off when you go out, you get in the car and go, where's my phone? Where's my phone? I did it the other day. My phone was in my handbag, but I've got in the car and I've started driving away. I've gone down the driveway and it's like, oh, where's my phone? Where's my phone? And I was going to drive home and get it if it wasn't in my bag because I always need my phone. And it gets even worse when Rob's guilty. Thank you for being honest, Rob. I'm sure there's more that are listening to this video that are, Leslie's saying me, that we get so glued to our phones. Hot here in the south. Oh, well, enjoy the sunshine and send me some, Tina. Peter's guilty too. We get glued to our phone. And it's only getting worse. Everything is on technology. Facebook, everybody's on it. 2 billion people are on Facebook. We even get news and the apps. How many apps are coming out now? There's an app for this and an app for that and an app to order your dinner, an app to order a taxi or an Uber or, whatever it is. There's an app for everything. So we are glued to technology. And when you run a business, like I do, and most of the people I speak to are overseas, it becomes a really vital tool for my business. Most of my communication is through my phone. So when I haven't got it next to me or whatever, I feel lost. And I'm not that kind of person that, likes to wait too long to get back to people. It is difficult with time zone because when people are awake overseas, I'm asleep and vice versa. So sometimes it takes me a while to get back to people. But, first thing in the morning, I do allow myself a bit of space now, but then I'm on my phone answering messages and whatever, and it just rules our life. So number 2, with affecting change, if there's something that you really need to do or start a new habit. So to affect change, you've got to start new habits, really, whether that's business or health related or whatever it is for you. You've got to be really mindful of where your attention is and what are you focusing on. And what you focus on, you get more of. Now, the problem with phones is that people put them by their bedside table. Now, I know, a lot of the times I go to bed with my phone because I've got meditation clips on my phone and I put my earphones in, and if I'm thinking too much, which is something I do when my head hits the pillow, I think about what I've done that day, what I've got to do the next day, all these creative things that are going through my mind. And when my head hits the pillow, that's when I sort of start to think. So I deliberately put my earphones in and listen to a meditation to switch off my brain, and then I'll wake up like an hour later with an earphone here and I just push it away. So yes, I am guilty of that, but I don't wake up in the middle of the night ever and check my messages. And when I get up in the morning, I do not look at my phone before my feet hit the floor. Some people do. So they'll lie in bed, they'll grab the phone, and before they're even upright, sorry, there's an alert there, before they're even upright, they've got their phone in front of their face, checking their messages and scrolling through the Facebook feed. That is not how you'll ever affect change in your life or be in control in your life, because you know what's happening when you do that? Everybody else, what is going on in everybody else's life, you're being drawn into rather than what you need in your life. So don't start your day or end your day with your phone beside your bed scrolling through Facebook. It's not where you want your focus to be. You want to be clearly focused on, okay, the last thing you should be thinking about is gratitude. What was really good today? What are you thankful for? The first thing you should be thinking about in the morning before your feet hit the floor is, what are you grateful for? And what are you going to concentrate on today? So focusing where you want your life to go, not what everyone else's life is doing in the Facebook feed or your email or your messages or WhatsApp or, all the things that go through the phone. If that's your priority, you're letting other people take priority of your life rather than you taking control. Does that make sense? If that's making sense, send me some likes and loves and put the number 4 down below just to let me know that you're hearing me here and how important it is to not let your phone rule your life and be your priority, because it's so easily done. So easily done. So that was number 2. Number 3, progress principle. Anybody really successful in business and in life follows this thing called the progress principle. And this has been written about in, the Harvard Business Review. This has been documented because people have been researched regarding how they actually get their success and what led to their success. And most successful people, live their life by the progress rule. So what this means is that you're always progressing forward with something that matters to you. You are prioritizing, whether that's first thing in the morning because you're not looking at your phone, you're prioritizing what you want in your life. You're always progressing forward with something that matters to you. So what matters to you is your health. So maybe you get up in the first thing in the morning and you exercise. So you're not looking at your phone, you're prioritizing and you're progressing towards your health. Maybe it's your business. So you're focused on, maybe a particular strategy you're thinking about, or you're thinking of who you should approach about your business, or whatever it is, that you're always progressing forward for something that matters to you, not what matters to everybody else. That's where we get caught up with mobile phones, emails, apps, Facebook. That's all other people's stuff. So you've always got to be progressing, and just ask yourself, am I progressing in my business? You may not be achieving as much as you want to achieve, but are you progressing? And that's what successful people focus on. It may take a lot longer than you think it's going to. So that might just be your reality. Your expectations may be way out of whack about what you could achieve in your health or your business or whatever it is that's important to you. But just take a reality check. Am I progressing forward? So that's one of the other tips you need to focus on, think about, put into practice. And if you're not, what can I do to help progress my business? What can I do to help progress my health, or whatever it is? So focusing on your progress before you focus on anybody else's sort of stuff or what they want from you. The last two, 4 and 5, 4 is start your day right, and 5 is end your day right. So number 4, it actually is really congruent with the other things that we've mentioned about what are you progressing on, what are you focusing on, what are you scheduling for yourself first. So we're not looking at our phone as soon as before our feet have hit the ground. Who does that? Who's honest enough to tell me, that's on this live, that they look at their phone before their feet hit the ground? Is there anyone live with me, or even on the replay? Just put the word yes phone, the words yes phone. Just let me know. Bree, sorry, my internet is playing up. Watch the replay. No worries, Bree. See you on the replay. So I want to know if anyone actually is looking at their phone before their feet hit the floor. Who's game enough to tell me they do that? I would like to think that none of you are, but reality is that a lot of people do. But your morning routine should really focus on what is it that you need to achieve for that day. What are your top 3 things? Tina. Night, Helen and Harley. Tina's going to bed. Night, Tina. What do you need to get done that day? What are your priorities? Write them down on a sticky note and keep that sticky note with you all day. Okay? Okay, we got some yeses. Robin is honest enough to say yes. Sometimes phone first thing. Julie, sometimes phone. Thank you for your honesty, guys. It's reality in this modern world. It is what is. But what we want to try to do is focus on us and focus on what our priorities are, and love and nurture ourselves before we read, scroll, look at technology. Because one, the UV rays are not, that comes from technology are not good for us first thing in the morning and late at night. And 2, when we do that, we're totally prioritizing other people's stuff rather than our own. So your morning routine should be not that the first thing is your phone. Sabine, I never take the phone to bed. It stays in the lounge. My partner does the same. Good for you, Sabine. That's awesome. I used to always do that until I started listening to some meditations on my phone. But I won't scroll through anything. I won't open up my email. Its only job is to press play on the meditation, and then when I wake up and take my earphones out, it's on the floor. It's out of reach. I've pushed it away. So that's really good, Sabine. And that's what successful people do. They don't give in to other people's crap before they're focusing on themselves. You are your number one priority. You are your number one priority. So I was just about to say that, Rob. Gratitude list first. So before your feet hit the floor, what are you thankful for? What are you grateful for? What do you want to concentrate on for that day? So gratitude first, and then focus on what are the 3 most important things you need to get done that day. Write them down on a little sticky note, and then carry that sticky note around with you and block everything else out until you've done those things. So prioritize what you want. Prioritize what you need to do. Other things can wait. Okay? Same with your nighttime routine. What's happened during the day? What are you grateful for that's happened during that day? What worked? What didn't work? What might you be able to do differently if things didn't work? And what are you going to focus on for the next day? Let it go, get it out of your brain, get it on paper, so then you can do what your job is to do when you go to bed, and that is sleep. And if you do need to switch off your brain, maybe you do listen to, a meditation of some sort. But your nighttime routine should be, de-stressing, getting it all down on paper, organizing yourself for the next day. So you might notice there's a theme here with all these things that can transform your life. It's actually prioritizing you and actually putting first what you want to achieve for you. And doing that, even though your brain may actually be telling you, that's uncomfortable, we're not going to let her do that, you need to be in control of that. So Mary's saying, nope, I need my coffee first. Well, it's better than the phone, and I'm sure you wouldn't be alone, Mary. Thanks for sharing that. iPod, yeah, I've thought about that, Rob. I need to resurrect my iPod for the meditation, so it's not actually my phone. Because did you know how damaging it is to actually, especially if you've got like wireless frequency internet in your house, is to have technology next to you when you're sleeping? It's actually really unhealthy for you. So it's something we just want the phones out of the bedroom, wherever it is that you sleep. So those 5 things that are going to transform your life, you have to beat your brain. You have to be very aware that your brain is going to stop you from doing things that are fearful and uncomfortable. It's just the way your body is made up. So be very conscious of that and act before your brain talks you out of something that your inner wisdom is telling you should do. Okay, so beat your brain. What was number 2? Number 2 was boundaries with your phone. We've just discussed that at length. Number 3, the progress principle. Always keep yourself progressing forward. Sometimes in business you go 3 steps forward, 2 steps back, but I'm still 1 step ahead, aren't I? If I'm going 3 steps forward and 2 steps back, that's life, that's business, that's just the journey that we go on. Sometimes we take steps back, but at least I'm progressing, learning, doing something, but doing something for me. So my nighttime routine and my morning routine sets me up for my progress, not anyone else's. What do I need to do for me? Sabine, I heard about that, and we have the kids in our room with us. What do you mean, the internet thing, Sabine? You've heard about that? Not sure what you're referring to there, but wireless frequencies, having phones, technology near you when you're sleeping is actually really damaging for your health. So we want to get technology out of where you're sleeping, okay? So I hope this is beneficial for you today in knowing your brain's working against you almost to achieve things that are really difficult, because it is there to keep you safe. So you've got to put those 5 things that I just discussed in practice. Oh, these alerts just keep coming up. A top successful guy I know leaves his phone in the bathroom because of the frequency. Okay, Sabine, about the phone internet thing. Yeah. We don't want to damage our health as well as everything else that we're getting distracted with the technology. It's the actual, the frequency to access that technology that can be damaging for us as well. So basically, guys, you get in control. You get in control of your life, your progress, your successes, your fears. You don't let your brain talk you out of things. You trust your gut and your inner wisdom. You take action even when you don't feel like it. You take action even when it scares the bejesus out of you. You take action even though it's really fearful. That's what's going to transform your life and help affect change. So I hope that was valuable for you today. If it is, just put the word value down below. I do appreciate you guys that have stayed on with me live. To hear that, I hope it does make you think about how you can do, you know, some things for yourself to help yourself move forward. Now, tomorrow, back to business for the rest of the week. I've got some great content for you this week. Yeah, Rob, your gut is your second brain. It sure is, Rob. Well said. Absolutely true. Another alert. What's going on today? Sorry, you keep seeing my fingers there. So tomorrow I am talking, last week I told you about something that you should do to help you increase your friends, followers, and sales. And that was all about stories, telling stories. So tomorrow I'm finishing that discussion and talking about how do you craft your story? How do you actually structure it, you know, to be really effective on social media? So that's what I'm going to talk about tomorrow. And then the next day I'm going to talk about, you know, when should you put this story up, you know, like engagement on your page. When's a good time to post? What should you post? So more about posting on Facebook and the effectiveness of that, and little tips as to the time of the day that you can post and what you should post to hopefully get you some more success from your social media strategies. Okay. So I will look forward to seeing you. Hang on. What's tomorrow? No, I'm going to have to change the time. I am on a webinar early, and that's probably going to go for a couple of hours. So I'm going to get up extra early and do it 2 hours earlier than I normally do. So on my page, if you want to know when that is, I will do a post up later on my page notifying you of when I'm going live. And if you want to know when I am going live, just make sure you got your notifications turned on for my page. So you click the 3 buttons and you notifications on, and you just click see first. So then when I go live, it pops up for you. Okay. So I'll put a notification up anyway about when I'm going live tomorrow. So we'll continue that discussion regarding stories. So thanks for staying with me, guys, and all those of you that have put the word value down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Bye.